Good evening, everybody. This is Vicky, and tonight I am going to do a presentation on Beary Cute. It is so cute. I love this card. I have made several, but the card I'm making tonight, I actually did the card in earthing textures. So I haven't done this card in Beary Cute, so this is going to be actually the first time I've done this style card with this stamp set. But here are some of the cards that I made, and this was with Beary Christmas DSP. I made this one, and it's got a few extra things, but the trees are done in Beary Cute. Here's another one. Got the tree and the polar bears. And my design team that I have, that consists of one 11-year-old, decided that we needed to do some cotton for snow. So that's where this one came from. And then we got this one with the DSP. And I've realized that with this set, you really need to get the DSP, because the designer series, this paper, oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. And this one, I got the idea and kind of cased it from Lynn. I did a little bit of, just a little different than Lynn's, because try to make it my own, but it's Lynn's design. Thank you, Lynn. I like the card. It's very pretty. So those are the cards that, some of the cards that I made with Beary Cute and Beary Christmas. And also I have used the Snowflake Sky, excuse me, 3D embossing folder. I love this, but everybody knows that I love to emboss things. So that's what I did. And we're going to start putting it together. The card is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then scored again at 2 1/8. We need 2 of these. And you can see my pencil mark. I'll get those off in a few minutes. These are 1 5/16 by 5 5/16. Need 2 of these. Then we need 2 of the DSP, and they measure 1 1/2 by 5 3/16. And this one, I've got something else down here on my cheat sheet, so hold on a second. Grab my ruler and make sure I got this right. This is 4 by 5 1/8. And this piece of DSP, see, this is, we got the bears and the trees, and then this side we got just trees. But this one is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So this is the stuff that we have for our card. Our mechanism that we're going to be using for this card is 3 inches by 2 1/4, and it's scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, and 2 1/4. And when you fold it up and put it in, it's going to make a nice little square like this. Our big square is 2 5/16. Excuse me. 2 5/8. And this one is 2 1/4. The small ones, we need 2 of each. And it's 1 15/16. And then 1 1/2. Need 2 of the 1 5/16, which are the small blue ones, and 2 of the 1 1/2 inch squares. So let's get started putting this together. I'm going to set these to the side. And so what we're going to do is just put some adhesive on here. And see, I like a little bit of border showing. I don't get, that's just me. You can do it the way you know, make your borders however you want to. You don't have to go with my measurements exactly. You can make the borders, make these pieces smaller or bigger, or not even use it at all. It's up to you. That's what makes these cards fun. You get the basic card down, and you can add what you want, how you want. But again, mine, the basic card is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. The 2 solid white pieces are 1 1/2 by 5 3/16, and this, I think I'm getting the 2 mixed up. Yeah, the 2 white ones are 1 5/16 this way, 5 5/16 down. The DSP is 1 1/2 wide by 5 5/16 long. I got it right on that. And we need 2 of this size. And again, it's 2 of these, and it's 1 1/2 wide by 5 5 3/16 long. Or you can make it 5 5/16. It all depends. And we're going to do the inside. You're going to double check. 4 5/16. 4 5/16. I'm going to adhere it down. And this one is This one is 3 13/16 by 5 1/4. Who knew that when everybody started doing these making cards and getting really into it, that we were going to learn so much about math. Bishop, which everybody knows is my 11-year-old grandson, he is a whiz in math now. And our mechanism, we're going to put it right here at the border, the edge of this white border, about halfway down. That's where we're going to put this. And I'm not going to use tearing tape. I'm going to try this. And you kind of just get in the eyeball for where you want to put this. So I'm going to let it sit here for a few minutes. And I'm going to let it flop like that. Our diamonds, we're going to line up right here. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. So what we're doing here is we're lining this edge and this edge to the 4 1/4, 2 1/8 of the score line. Gonna do like that, so you get an idea where you want to add your dimensionals. You don't have to use dimensionals. You can adhere it down straight to the paper with your Tombow. I'm going to do this one with some dimensionals. And I'm trying to leave a little bit of space from that edge right here. This edge, I'm not going straight down. I'm going to come over some because I don't want it to be exactly on there. I thought I had the television turned further down, but I'm sorry. I'm going to line that up just like that. And then we're going to do our other one the same exact way. Yeah, my design team, which is, of course, my grandson Bishop, which I think a lot of people have seen on his little tutorials with the paper pumpkin. He wanted to do one. He wanted me to do it and add cotton around the bear like it's snow. So that's where that one card came from. He gives me his opinion. And if I don't like his opinion, I'll change it around and let him see the card a little while later, and he thinks that he did it. Well, this one I didn't do my white piece. I'm just getting distracted. and see what it's going to do. This is what it's going to do. Well, we're going to pop this one back up because, like I said, getting distracted and was not paying attention. But as Bishop puts it, we're only human, we make mistakes. And this is the way it's going to come down. And see? And I stamped my trees with Lost Lagoon. Our stamp set, our ink set with Lost Lagoon. About the only color I've used. And I'm thinking a few dimensionals. I'm going to put 4. And I'm not sure what greeting I'm going to use because the ones that comes with the Beary Cute stamp set is actually too big for the, what the greeting is going to be stamped on. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. And see, I was talking to Bishop earlier, and he was telling me to glue one tree down, to adhere it down with Tombow. But I'm going to do dimensionals on both of them. And hopefully he won't remember. I doubt it. And there's what the card looks like so far. Now, since that's dried, I'm going to put some adhesive right here. And what we do here is get that lined up. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. Hold it for a second. Well, this one we're going to add some, this side we're going to add some tear and tape, because I did emboss both those pieces and it's not adhering down to the embossed piece like I wanted. And there's our mechanism, nice little square. And again, this is 3 by 2 1/4, and it's scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/4. Now we're going, and it, because of the mechanism, it is a thick card, so you're going to have to use a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger envelope. I'm going to put this one on. And this is a piece of our DSP of the Beary Christmas. And when you put this on the, slide it in, it's, you want to see where it hangs over. So what you're going to do with this, get that square, that lined up where the point is at, and you want to slide it down so you have the same amount of space here as you do here. Flip it over. And if you don't have a pencil on hand, just mark it where you want to, because you're going to take your snips and just go straight across. And you got your nice little line. And then we're going to slide it onto the mechanism like this. And when you close it, there you go. It's right here on the edge of the white border. And so you got the same amount of space here and here. We got dimensional pieces all over the place. And what I'm doing right now is because I put the tearing tape down, I'm securing it. I'm just mashing it in to the embossed piece with my fingers like this. And just mash it down. And that's that. I did punch out my bear, my polar bear. Just the bear. Didn't stamp it. But this is the stamp set, this punch that comes with it. And this is what it looks like. And when you put the bear in, you just line it up to where you want it. And punch it. And see, his head's going to be covered up. But when you open it up, there he is. So this is not really an attractive picture because you see bear butt. So we're going to put him there anyway because he's just too cute. And I'm going to adhere him down because we don't want to make the card any thicker than it already is. This is a very thick card. And there he is. And got the mechanism right inside. Try to get these little pieces back where they go. And going to add some of our rhinestones. Thank you, Lynn, for my birthday present. I love them. And going to use on the top of the tree for a little bit of bling. And just a few on the tree to decorate it. But here is our card. This is what it looks like. And again, this is 8.5. 8.5 this way, 5.5 here. The solid white piece is 1 15/16 by 5 5/16. Need 2 of these. The DSP is 1.5 by 5 3/16. Excuse me. That is 5 3/16. And then you got 4 1/4. I didn't write the DSP down. 5 1/4. This is, the white piece is 4 by 5 1/4. The DSP is 3 5/16, 3 15/16 by 5 3/16. Your big square is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, and then 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Then you got 2 of the blue that is 1 5/16, 15/16. Please forgive me. 1 15/16, and then the white is 1 1/2. The 2 trees are the Beary Cute is a 2 stamp, and they were fussy cut. And our bear, this is the bear stamp, and this is the punch. That's our bear, and this is what it looks like on the inside. And again, to do it, you just pretend we got this punch stamped out. You line it up to where you want it, and just punch. And the embossing folder again is Snowflake Skies, the 3D embossing folder. And all this looks fantastic with this Beary Cute set. The Beary Christmas DSP is perfect for this stamp set. So thank you, everybody. And there wasn't, I used actually just 2 inks, that's all. Lost Lagoon and Memento. This is not a hard card to do, and it actually turned out very cute because this, like I said earlier, I didn't pre-make one that looks like this. So this I did. This is the very first one I did of this. And there you go. With our mechanism is 3 inches long by 2 1/4, scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, 2 1/4. And there you go. And when you put it down on top of embossing, you just press down, put your fingers in there, press down. And I'm still in labels from Bishop's Paper Pumpkin. And it would go right here and line up. It would actually be trimmed off a little bit. Oh no, actually it'd go pretty good. But the greetings on here are a little bigger than that. So I'm not sure what we're going to put here yet. But this is going to be the greeting. Right here with it's just a banner. But I appreciate everybody. And thank you, Lynn, for letting me do the tutorial. I greatly appreciate you. Everybody have a good night.